Welcome back to my channel. So during today's video, we are going to be doing an eyeshadow look using the Colourpop's Garden Valley eyeshadow palette. And I think I want to use more of these purple tones this morning and maybe this shade here. But we'll see. So we're going to go ahead and get started with this look. Like I said, I do know I want to go like into the purplish tones today. So I am going to start with the Makeup Shack T68 brushes. It's just large, fluffy brush. And let's go in with the shade. Let's do the Prickly Please, the last matte shade on the top row. And we're just going to pack this shade right into the crease area. I'm going to place it. And I primed my eyes this morning with the Playing in Makeup by Yolanda eyeshadow foundation base in the shade Foundation. And I did set them with a little bit of translucent powder. So we're just going to continue to place this shadow right in the crease area. So we have this nice transition shade. So I'm just going to continue to pack it. And I like to start with a light hand. I know I say this in a lot of my videos. Only because if you're new here to my channel, I like to kind of say the same thing so everyone can just hear what I like to do. So we're going to continue to place it right in the crease. And I'm going to lift my eyes just so I can make sure this shade is placed like directly into the crease. So now I want to lightly blend with the same brush, like really lightly blend this shadow with the tip of the brush directly into the crease area. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm zooming you guys in. Didn't I realize I wasn't zoomed in. So I'm going to take a little bit more of that shade and pack it again directly into the crease and lightly blend. And I'm blending outwards in circular motions towards the outer V. Kind of give the little blown out effect. And just continuing to blend in circular motions and windshield wiper motions up towards the brow bone, but not all the way up. So now we're going to go in with the Morphe 505, and it's just this more tapered, fluffy blending brush. And now we are going to go in with the shade Stuck on You, and it's the third shade on the last row, the matte purple shade. And we're going to place this shade in our outer V, and we're going to blend it after we get through placing it a little bit up into our crease area. And I'm just packing it first with the side of the brush right on the outer V. And the same thing for the other eye. And just making sure it's packed really good. So now I'm going to lightly blend and blend into the crease area. And the same thing for the other eye. Now we're going to add a little bit more back to this outer V because it's kind of like fading just a little bit as you blend it. Just blending in circular motions, making sure these two shadows are blended well together. So I'm going to take a little bit more of this shade. And just pack it a little more. I'm trying to lightly build it back up from blending it. And lightly blending it again, just placing it back into the outer V. And what I'm doing now is just building it back up slowly. From where you first blend it, it kind of blends out and fades a little bit. But that's okay because when you continue to lightly build, the shade comes back in as you build it up. And I'm lightly placing and just lightly blending as I rebuild the shade. And right up into the crease. So we're going to continue to add the shadow. I'm liking how it's coming together so far. So now we're going to lightly blend and add a little bit more to this eye. And I'm using the tip of the brush to blend right in my crease area and blend out these edges. And I'm actually placing it with the tip of the brush as well back to the outer V. And I like to do this so I can control the shadow in my outer V area going up into my crease area, so it doesn't like go all the way up and then I can't control it, especially with these deeper shades. So I'm just placing a little bit more and blending in light circular motion. Same thing for this eye. Okay, and I know it's taking me a bit to just build up this outer V, but I didn't want to just kind of throw it out there, and then I have too much purple, and deep as this purple is, I will be working with it longer than now, trying to get it placed to my liking. So I'm just lightly dabbing the shadow back onto my lid, you know, as I want to apply it and blend it. And again, I'm going out, works with the shadow in the outer V, and then inwards with light circular motions from the crease area, and then windshield wiper motions lightly. Okay, so we're going to take one of our makeup white rounds and clean this brush because we're going to continue to use the same brush. And we are going to go in with, let's take this more mauve shade right next to it. It has a little sparkles in it. I'm going to take it right on the side towards the tip of the brush. And it has like a sparkle to it, but I don't think it's a glitter. But we're going to go ahead and blend that from the inner of the crease down to the inner corner. and then lightly blend in circular motions. And the same thing for this eye. You want to lightly blend it and place it, and then circular motions. I like that already. So we're going to take a little bit more, do it again with the tip of the brush, lightly blending, and then circular motions. And again, I love the tip of the brush because, like I said, you get the control where you place the shadow rather than the flat side of the brush. Especially when you have like a blending brush that's shaped with a pointed tip on it. So I'm liking how this is coming together. And lightly blend both shades in the crease together. And blend. This is so pretty. So now we're going to go back in with the Makeup Shack brush, and I'm not going to apply any more shadow. We're just going to make sure everything is blended together, going up towards the brow bone. Ooh, pretty. So now let's take this Morphe brush again and blend the outer V to make sure both of these shadows are blended well before we apply the lid shade. Cool. So now I'm going to take my BH Cosmetics Base Booster, and we're going to apply a little bit of this onto the lid area. I'm just going to take these 2 dollops, and we're going to place them on the area of the eye where we have no shadow. And I like to start right at the center and then just place it onto the inner corner. And we're not going to go all the way over to the outer V today with this base booster. And just place it and pack it. You just blending it with your finger. Do the same thing with the other eye. You want to place it right on the center. And I like to place it towards the lash line, so most of the product is there rather than the top of the eye or the inner corner of the eye. So we're just going to lightly pack it and place it. And again, I'm not going all the way over to my outer V. Just making sure it's packed really nice. Okay, so now I'm going to wipe my finger off with a makeup wipe. So now I want to go in with the shade, let's do Smudge Off, which is the deeper shimmer shade. And we're going to pack that right on the middle of the lid, going into the closer towards the inner corner and closer to the outer V, because we're going to add that shade back. And then the same thing for the other eye. And I'm just adding a little more to make sure it's coated really good. So now we're going to go in with the, I want a brush, let's see. I'm going to take this little flat shader brush, the M210 by Morphe, and we're going to take the shade Synergy, which is the more lighter tone, and it's a shimmer shade, and we're going to pop this right in the inner corner of the lid and placing it right up to the crease and blending it into the shade Smudge Off, which is the shade we placed on the middle portion of the eyelid. And we're going to just pack it on the inner corner, and like I said, just kind of lightly fluff it in with the middle shade. I'm just lightly flicking these two shades together. It's coming together pretty. So now I'm going to go back in with the middle shade. I'm going to just make sure it's packed really good on the lid. Take a little bit more and make sure it's packed onto the center, into the crease, and just lightly blending these two shades together. So now we're going to go back in with the Morphe 505 brush, and we're going to place this deeper matte shade using the tip of the brush back into the outer V area to add that shade back to it, that deepness back to the outer V, and we're going to lightly blend. And we're blending it into this, to the middle shade. And I'm just blending in circular motions and windshield wiper motions, so we can get it blended really, really well. So I'm going to add a little bit, you know what, let's go to this little chocolate mauve looking shade next to the deeper plum shade. We're going to mix those two on the tip of the brush. Let's see if that deepens up just a little bit more. We're going to place it there. And then lightly blend. Yeah, I like that a little better. And again, I'm using the tip of the brush so I can control these shadows. We're just lightly blending. Just making sure these edges are blended well, really well. So now we're going to wipe this brush off one more time with our fluffy brush. And we're going to go back in with the shade Clay Day, the mauve shade we used at the beginning. We're going to pack it on the tip of the brush, because what I want to do now is add the shade. Make sure the shade is still in this area, right in the crease. And I'm blending these shadows together. Now I'm doing light windshield wiper motions and circular motions to make sure this crease is blended really good with this shade, and the shade is still peeping through the purples. Take a little bit more on the tip of the brush and place it back in the outer V again, not the outer V, I'm sorry, in the crease, and lightly blend windshield wiper motions and circular motions to make sure this shadow still, like I said, is peeking through, seeping through the lid shades. And I'm just still blending to make sure everything is blended well together. Okay, so now our last step to this eye look, because I'm liking how this is coming together. We're gonna wipe off our Makeup Shack brush, and now I am going to go in with my Cream Brulee, which is my all-time favorite. We're gonna just pack it on the side of the brush, and we're gonna place it right under the brow. I'll pack a little bit more because I like to pack most of it right on the tail of that brow area, right below the brow. So now we're going to lightly blend both of the shades together. And this palette's pretty good. It was little to no fallout. I'm liking that look, this look. I'm just making sure everything is blended. This is really pretty. I like it. So now we are going to do what we do when we get done doing the eye look. This is so pretty. I like it. I really like it. And we're going to apply a little bit on our makeup wipe. And my favorite, Simple. I love this stuff, especially with these sensitive eyes I have. So we're going to clean up under the eye area. Okay, so just make sure everything is cleaned up really good. And I like to do this before I apply any products on my face, especially like foundation and stuff. So I have to make sure my face is like cleaned really, really good with all of this makeup and stuff. Okay, so this is the final eye look, and I love the way everything blended. This is a nice palette. Everything blended really good, works well together. But I'm going to do my norm, so I don't be just sitting on here rambling, because I will. And I will be back to show you guys my final look. See you guys in a bit. Welcome back. This is the final look. I love how this look came together. Let me know your thoughts on this look. This is the final eye look. I did not apply any more shadows. The only other shadow I used, well, not any other shadows, to my lower lash line. But I did use this shimmer shade, this more champagne type shade, Wave Length. And I did pop this shadow into my inner corner, but I did not apply any more eyeshadows. So let me know your thoughts on this look. Do you like this look? If you have this palette, do you like it? I put this in my project pan and pan that palette because I do like the colors in this eyeshadow palette. Like I said, some more everyday wearable. I could have made it a little more softer, but I wanted more a little dramatic today, just a little bit. But like I said, I put this in my pan that palette because you can use this palette every day. But I do love how this look turned out. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Goodbye.